For years, I thought the bossiest voice in my head was my personal trainer on steroids. It'd snarl, "Missed one rep, loser," or whisper, "One botched presentation, and they'll all know you're a fraud." I wore those insults like a badge of honor. Pain meant progress, right? Then came the pitch that changed everything. I walked in with sweaty palms, my stomach doing gymnastics, and the voice screamed, "You're about to tank this!" My hand shook so hard the clicker flew, twice. The deal flatlined. That silent boardroom taught me the difference between a coach and a saboteur. One nudges you forward, the other shoves you off the cliff. Everything I'm about to share started right there. The saboteur in the mirror. Psychologists call it the inner critic, but you can think of it as a leftover hall monitor from childhood, convinced that shaming you will keep you from getting rejected. Here's the problem. When that critic yells, your nervous system still thinks you're 6. Every "you're not good enough" hits the panic button in your body, flooding you with a stress hormone called cortisol. This is your body's fight or flight response. All your energy goes to handling the danger, not to being brilliant. That cortisol flood slams the brakes on your prefrontal cortex. Think of it as the calm, cool CEO of your brain. That's the part you need for creativity and smart decisions. But when the critic hijacks your system, the CEO gets locked out of the building. No wonder my pitch crashed. See, name it to tame it. So I gave my critic a name, Bertha. She's fond of shoulder pads, dramatic pauses, and seeing everything in black and white. The second I pictured her as a separate person with questionable fashion sense, the spell cracked. Try it. Close your eyes and give your critic a silly identity. A grumpy goblin in Crocs, a dramatic Shakespearean actor, whatever. Once it's a character, you can talk back. When Bertha hissed, "You only got promoted because the other guy quit," I shrugged. "Thanks for the input, Bertha." The power flips when you realize that voice is just one noisy person on your brain's committee. You're the one in charge. The evidence folder. Our brains are like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. The one nasty comment sticks, while 50 compliments slide right off. So, I started a simple document called Proof. Every tiny win, a nice email, a random 5-star review, my neighbor loving my tomatoes, went in. A phone notification at 8 p.m. meant adding another bullet point. After 30 days, I had a list of 137 receipts. The next time Bertha claimed, "You always blow presentations," I scrolled to item num 72. Closed a 6-figure deal after a 2-hour pitch. Data beats drama every time. The 90-second compassion drill. Experts say an emotions chemical rush peaks in about 90 seconds, unless you keep feeding it with more thoughts. When the critic spikes, I hit a mental reboot button. I set a timer, put a hand on my heart, inhale for 4, exhale for 6, and think, this is just stress. I've been here before. It will pass. If I'm in public, I just squeeze my thumb and middle finger. 90 seconds later, the cortisol tide rolls out and the logical part of my brain comes back online. I used this before reshooting a webinar that had flopped. Same slides, same me, but no meltdown. And the new version doubled our conversions. The reframe game. There's a simple therapy technique that's like being the editor of your own thoughts. I keep a sticky note on my monitor that asks, is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? The thought, I sounded dumb asking that, fails all 3, so I rewrite it. The new thought becomes, I asked a clarifying question so the client gets exactly what they need. It's a factual, boring thought, and boring thoughts don't hijack your nervous system. You're just changing the lens on the camera to see the bigger picture. Teach the critic a new job. Trying to banish my inner critic didn't work, so I gave her a promotion instead. I turned my saboteur into a risk consultant. Every Friday, Bertha gets 5 minutes to list all the potential risks for the week ahead. Then, we plan for them. I do this out loud. Something about vocalizing it turns that foggy dread into a simple to-do list. Last week she worried, the course launch might bomb. Together, we drafted a backup email sequence and organized an extra feedback group. The critic felt heard, and I got a bulletproof plan. Critics hate being unemployed. Give them a job title, and they stop trying to burn the place down. The success after. 6 months after the clicker disaster, I'm on a stage in front of 1,200 people. Bertha is muttering about my hair, but I have my proof document open on my phone backstage. The talk is a success. 3 companies ask me to run workshops before I even leave the building. Driving home, I have the windows down, laughing on the same stretch of highway where I'd once sobbed after the failed pitch. Same road, same driver, but with much better passengers in my head. Your next 5 minutes. Silencing the critic isn't about becoming fearless. It's about swapping the soundtrack in your head. Pick one strategy right now. Name your goblin, start your proof doc, or set a 90-second timer. Type your choice in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'm rooting for you. The voice in your head promised to keep you safe, but it built you a cage. It's time to prove you can stay safe and still play a much bigger game.